We've been waiting for a while to finally get our hands on it after Jake came back raving about it. The Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello S in all its glory! Pushing out 115 horsepower at 8,700 RPM and 104.5 Nm of torque at 6,750 RPM through a 6-speed bi-directional quick-shifter-enabled gearbox and a shaft final drive. Delivered by the iconic but modernized 1042cc liquid-cooled 4-stroke 90-degree transverse V-twin engine.
Want to go for a ride? A ride where your fuel, your accommodation, your safety and most of your food is covered. Join us on Direct Asia's two-wheel freedom ride spanning more than 1,000 kilometers, happening from the 20th to 22nd of October. Link is in the description. Hey, did I mention a goodie bag?
From the input of a ride-by-wire throttle, fuel is delivered by an EFI system from a 17-litre fuel tank. With a claimed consumption of 21.3 km per litre, you are expecting to see a mileage of about 287 km before you hit its 3.5-litre reserve. We found the real-world mileage to be 18 km per litre with mixed and some spirited riding. Your mileage may vary. The V100 Mandello S comes stocked with a pair of 17-inch die-cast aluminium alloy rims and a set of Pirelli Angel GT2 tyres. Know the saying? With great power comes great responsibility. Same with brakes. Dual 320mm floating rotors get clamped down by dual 4-piston fixed Brembo calipers in the front and a single 280mm fixed rotor and a 2-piston floating Brembo caliper in the rear. The rider is assisted by a dual-channel cornering ABS and Moto Guzzi's traction control. A fully adjustable upside-down Olin Smart EC2 fork with semi-active compression and rebound damping, together with a fully adjustable Olin's TTX Smart EC2 monoshock with semi-active compression and rebound damping, coupled with a remote preload adjuster, is the stock option on the Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello S. A full-color TFT screen displays all info the rider needs and reflects 4 riding modes: Sport, Road, Tour, and Rain. Other electronic aids that come stock are a cruise control, an electronic adjustable windshield, heated grips and seats, a built-in tire pressure monitoring system or TPMS for short, Bluetooth connectivity and a one-of-a-kind, first-in-the-world, adaptive aerodynamics on a motorcycle. The system reduces air pressure on the rider by automatically adjusting the position of the deflectors in line with speed and selected riding mode. Illuminating your way is a complete LED lighting package with an adaptive LED headlight that houses cornering lights and daytime running lights, an LED tail light, and LED signal lights. Regular servicing is every 12,000 kilometers with 4.9 liters of engine oil with an oil filter replacement. Major servicing, including a valve clearance inspection and transmission oil change, is every 24,000 kilometers. Amos is 1.84 meters tall with a seat height of 815 millimeters and a curb weight of 233 kilos. Let us show you how he looks on a bike. He's got an upright, relaxed posture. With Mark coming in as a pillion, he felt that it was spacious enough and the pillion seat comfortable. At a combined weight of 170 kilos, the fully adjustable Olin's monoshock held up. Very okay! Olin's. The turning radius of the bike is wide for its class. In our opinion, the very first thing we noticed when we started her up is a pull to the left. Then, there's the feel of the very defined thumping of the twin, making us giggle like little girls. The The exhaust had a nice low tone, but not as aggressive as we like it. Aftermarket options are available, but be sure to check with your local authorities for legal limits. The ride was a little dampened in the low rev, but she exploded from the low mid to high. Make no mistake, the V100 Mandello S is by no means a pushover. She's a monster in disguise. The ride was excellent. She felt tight, kept her lines very well, and surprisingly, very flickable despite the pretty hefty curb weight. The suspension definitely plays its role. Hey, Lins. Mark mentioned that he loved how the suspension system soaked up bumps but yet provided excellent feedback. He's the kind of rider who wants to know what the wheels are up to all the time. Keep in mind that the Öhlins package is only available on the V100S and not the V100. Same with the quick shifter that we found to be jerky between first and second gear, after which it was smooth as butter. It isn't the best, but better than most, like Jake mentioned when he rode to Genting. Links in the description. We seem to gravitate towards the V100 and the lack of a quick shifter. Power on the 100 feels more instant, less controlled, and the gear shift feel more like what we are used to. Can you imagine swapping out the Öhlins package and installing it on the 100? That would be nice. That would definitely bring up the price of the V100 that currently sits at 38,300 Singapore dollars before COE and insurance. For the V100S, with the quick shifter and the Öhlins package, you're looking at 44,800, a 6.5k difference. Actually, not bad. The shocks alone are going to cost you an arm and a leg. What won't cost you as much is Cardo Pack Top Mesh communication. Get yours at 333.com. The brakes were bitey, just the way we like them. And feedback, as always, was excellent. We also like the infinitely adjustable windshield. You said it stays. No step adjustment, still okay. But maybe for a very okay, develop direct button controls instead of going into the menu? It's time to speak about the first in the world, adaptive aerodynamics on a motorcycle. In short, very cool to see the panels move and feel its effect. We think it can get better. Bigger panels, more aggressive protection, and maybe a bigger windshield that reacts with speed, and a panel that directs wind towards the rider's pecs. Because we noticed significant heat at our thighs and our feet at stop-go city riding, and the heat lingered around our ankles even on the highway. But in a plot twist, we didn't feel much heat when we had the balls of our feet on the pecs, so still okay. I didn't quite appreciate the rider's saddle. The padding was good, but I felt that it was too curved for my liking. The rest of the boys didn't seem to agree. Overall, the Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello S is by no means made for the newer rider. There's a lot of power and torque in the rear wheel. Having no wheelie control won't help either. But for the experience, it's solid, it's tight, it's comfortable, and it's a whole lot of fun. We take her on tours if we had the chance to. We got the Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello S and the V100 Mandello from Moto Guzzi Singapore, but as with all our reviews, they do not have control over our content, allowing us to bring you true and unbiased opinions. With that, I'm Winston, and see you on the road.